Spawning in the top left position as our blue Zerg player coming in for MVP. It is Noxio or Monster. And spawning in the bottom right position as the red Terran player, winning with the 2-Rax Reaper versus Dream to take game number 1 for Quantic Gaming. It is Apocaypse. So, guys, another Terran versus Zerg. It's kind of interesting looking at what a lot of pro gamers have been doing in this matchup. It's basically been a one of 3 builds, either a Reaper expand into 3 command centers, or it's a command center first and 3 command centers, or it's a double proxy barracks. And well, Apocaypse looks like he's going for door number 3 here already with this fast SCV out towards the center. Of course, it could still technically be a 1 fast barracks. He doesn't have a second SCV going out at all, actually. So this could just be 1 proxy barracks. He has it now started on the center of the field. This Overlord scouting path for Monster may actually pass by it. No, it actually looks like it's going to go past it. So a drone scout's going to go out, though. Monster, he's just droning up. Looks like he's going to go for a 15 hatchery. Very, very standard. This drone, though, oh, it's going to check just the wrong alleyway. So he is not going to see this barracks from Apocaypse, but Apocaypse is getting the gas now, so it does look like it's basically just going to be a really fast proxy Reaper play. Not an all-in or super committed play, but definitely some good aggressive options very early on for Apocaypse. Now, Monster's going to come in here. He's going to say, okay, well, you've got a gas, apparently. No barracks that I can see, so some things he might do to try to maybe not be so vulnerable. He's probably going to get that spawning pool as soon as he can now, so 16 supply. It's not a late pool, not the earliest he could have gotten it. The Overlord did go very close, but did not actually see the barracks. So SCV is now just going to be perched on top of this ridge. He can spot anything coming to him, and he's going to get gas. So I really like this play from Monster. Getting the gas is going to basically allow him to just be safe. He can get an early speed. A lot of players will do this ever since StarTale Life really brought this into popularity. Just getting 100 gas, getting Zergling speed, and then playing a completely macroeconomic game, not really focusing on aggression until the mid-game. So we'll have to see what exactly Monster wants to do with this. Of course, Reapers do move faster than Slowlings, even on creep, so it's definitely going to be a possible risky scenario. So the Reaper is out now. It's going to fly by, sees this hatchery on the way. It will complete very soon, but now it's inside the main base. We have the Queen just starting a couple of Zerglings, 6 of them coming out, possibly going to try to get a drone kill here. We have Apocaypse microing his heart out. The weakened drone being used to build an extractor so that he doesn't lose it. He might try to build something with this drone. He will build an evolution chamber. He's just trying to buy as much time as humanly possible. They're going to surround the drones. Almost manages to pick this Reaper off. Very, very close. Poking away at the Zerglings, and this Reaper's getting so low on health. Needs to be very careful. 10 hit points remaining on it. And you know what? It's, there's a bit of a saying here. If you can get another possible drone at the cost of your Reaper, never go for it. And actually, we have a second proxy barracks built here from Apocaypse. He is going for a full-on Reaper attack, as it were. He's going to build a command center back at home, but his Reaper production is really, really being amped up. So during the time that his Reaper was fighting, he got production up to be able to produce 2 Reapers at a time. And this is a really aggressive play, but the play that Monster's made here, going for this fast speed, is really going to allow him to deal with this pretty effectively once he gets a decent Zergling count up. He needs to make sure he doesn't take too much damage before then. Now, these Reapers can destroy Queens off of creep, and with no creep spread between the bases, there's nothing here to defend. These Reapers might be able to pick off a couple more drones. Now, there are some Zerglings putting some forward pressure here, but he may have to rally a Reaper back, and he will, but now picking off a couple of drones. There's a good play from Apocaypse. He's going to lose one of his Reapers, though, and the Zerglings catch the other 2. He's going to kill all the Reapers off, so really, really good catch there. 6 drones killed, though, by Apocaypse. He's even on worker count. He does have the mule, so he's ahead economically for now, and behind this, he's going to add on 2 barracks at home, get a factory, and get a bunker inside of his main. Very interesting. Possibly to defend against kind of a counterattack Baneling bust of any sort, but the tech really isn't there. Monster got enough gas to get up his Zergling speed. He hasn't really focused on anything else. The Zerglings have found the proxy barracks, so he's going to have to cease these operations. This barracks isn't going to do too much with the Marine producing there. So really, I mean, Monster lost a lot of drones. You don't want to lose 6 workers, but for 2 racks, it could have been a lot worse. This play can very often just kill Zergs outright. So being able to hold off on that was definitely very, very important. He's actually going to use this, switch it over to building a Reaper because Marine's going to have a hard time getting home. So Apocalypse going to poke out now, trying to find any opportunities he can get to scout, but another gas being taken by Monster. He is now mining once again on the gas in his main base. We could see him go for a possible Roach counterattack. It's coming up a lot in popularity. Going for a kind of Zergling or Speedling counterattack might barely work because it's not a really Hellion-based build, but Apocalypse is now going to move this barracks onto this tech lab, it looks like. He'll probably just start stem and try to just kind of slowly shove his way out, take his natural expansion and move into a regular bio game, but no engineering base just yet, so it's not the craziest macro build. He doesn't have a third command center. He's kind of being forced to basically just break barely even on this. But we do have a Baneling Nest now coming in for Monster. He started the third hatchery. He might not even drone it. He could just use it just like a macro hatchery. So getting on a lot of Speedlings. You see the production tab, still more Speedlings coming out. So Monster could be looking to put on a lot of counter aggression. Now, the build that Apocalypse has gone for, now salvaging that bunker in his main base, it's really very, very lenient on units that have the AoE, basically. He's not going for fast tanks. He doesn't have really many Hellions. He has one out now. There's a good number of Speedlings here, but Apocalypse has got to rely on these Reapers to defend, and the Zergling is getting a bit of a surround. Of course, the Reapers can jump down the cliff and fire from the low ground, so they will be able to get in a bit of damage there, but this Marauder will get cleaned up, and now the Reapers ducking back. And with that health regeneration, though, he's actually going to be a bit cost-effective here. So I actually really like this. Using the Reapers, you know, you don't have medevacs out yet. You don't have any kind of mech army that you can repair. So you can actually deal with the Zerglings quite well in terms of using the regenerative properties of the Reapers. So very, very interesting play here so far from Apocalypse. This barrack spotted by the Zerglings will be forced to be sent home. And a lair now coming in for Monster, so it looks like he's given up on the possibility of going for this big attack due to those Zerglings that he lost to the Reapers earlier, but this is a very unusual composition that we have here from our Terran player. The Reaper Hellion Marauder, very interesting. Apocalypse is going to try to put a bit of pressure on with this, and this is very interesting. Of course, guys, the Reapers move faster than the Banelings, even on the creep, but how much damage is he going to do with this? Well, I guess we're about to find out. He might just deny creep, but that's going to be so difficult. More Banelings being made. He's going to try to just get a surround here with the Zerglings and use the Banelings to clean up. He's going to get in close, barely missing those Reapers. A couple of them do get boxed off in the top area, but the Marauders not going to be able to take enough. And Apocalypse is a little bit of a poke here. Isn't going to be able to do anything. He does take up some of the Banelings, but now a Monster can continue to spread creep. He has his 1-1 starting, has the Baneling speed. No, he's actually going to cancel that so we can get a faster Spire. So we're going to see Mutalisks out of Monster. Very popular in the Zerg versus Terran metagame, of course. For Terran versus Zerg, we're going to probably see him move into a little bit of Marine Widowmine. But he's actually going to go for a tank pretty quickly. And a lot of players have actually started mixing this in. We saw Teja do that recently. Fantasy versus True in GSL very recently. Just getting at least a tank to help deal with kind of Baneling counterattacks and help zoning away Zerglings from putting on this sort of forward pressure that a lot of Zergs are starting to favor. But, you know, he's just getting the +1 attack, though. He's got the third command center, but it's at about 11 and 40s at the... It's really, really late. He's not going to be crazy head in economy. Let's just look at some numbers. Worker-wise, 53 SCVs to 68 drones. With 3 command centers, it's almost even. The Zerg player is feeling very comfortable now, moving up to 70 drones. So Apocalypse is in an alright position, but he definitely needs to recover from the earlier mishap. He's going to get another engineering bay and an armory now. Very smart decision, moving into his additional upgrades as fast as he can, because 1-1 is going to complete soon for Monster. Now the +1 attack timing will be the same, but this medevac heading to the left side. The Overlord spread is pretty good for Monster. He does have the creep actually spreading across this ridge. Marines will possibly be able to kill this Overlord, but a pretty fast Overlord speed to help with this creep spread. And he's got so much air vision here, is really, really working out for him. Now these Marines will be able to kill off some of these Overlords possibly, but it actually all get away. Now the Zerglings force the lift up, and the Mutalisks are about to come out. He could actually pick off this medevac pretty damn quickly, and it looks like he will. This medevac isn't going to make it very far, even with that speed boost. He's going to have to at least unload this. There's no backup units anywhere near. Marines do get unloaded, and the Zerglings are here, but they're not heading towards the Marines. Marines are going to pick off 2 of the Mutalisks, so, you know, Apocalypse Apocalypse, that was actually about as cost-effective as he could make that drop, so not bad. Doing about, 200 gas of damage, and we do have continued tank production, so it looks like Apocalypse wants to go for a bit of Marine tank, and this is something we don't see as much in the Terran versus Zerg metagame. He's got 2 tanks already. He's building a 3rd one, so getting that +2 attack. We have the Mutalisk stucking in, trying to make something happen here, but the counter-aggressive options for Apocalypse are very limited. There's Overlords all over this map, just littering the entire map, really. Just all airspace, completely zoned out. So Apocalypse does have the 3rd base landed. Now he's going to begin to mine the gas here, which of course is going to be very important for producing these siege tanks. He's still on 1 factory, though. He's going to want to get additional factories if he wants to really power out a push. A lot of times in TvZ you can lose the game just because you lose 1 wave of tanks, and then with 1 factory you have nothing to really resupply it with. So we'll have to see if that comes into play here. But 2-2 on the way for Monster. Speedlings are running out across the field, trying to basically find any windows of opportunity that are open to them. And really, at this point, the game is pretty stable. But with Monster being the aggressor and no Widow Mines, all he needs to do is swallow this army as it attempts to move out. And Zerg late game versus Bio has gotten so much better. The Ultralisk buff being able to do just flat damage to light units. And this Overlord spread is getting a bit ridiculous. Monster is everywhere. He will see almost literally everything. Guys, I just want to take a quick look at his vision on this map. Right now sees basically every possible alleyway that he could, that Apocalypse could take to get to his base. So Apocalypse being forced to somewhat quasi-turtle here. I mean, he could try to push out 1 max, but these Mutalisks ducking in and out, dealing bits of damage here and there. And, Monster doesn't need to do a crazy deal of damage. He's got his 3 bases set up. His 4th base is about to complete. He's going to take the gas here. His upgrades are looking fantastic. He's ahead on 1 whole armor upgrade, basically. Now, +2 attack is finishing for Apocalypse, but being down in that armor upgrade is actually really significant when it comes to Zerglings. So the Mutalisks are going to swing around now, trying to find anything that they can pick off. And he could possibly try to duck in, kill this missile to get a reactor. There are some Marines here, though. Going to try to poke away at them. Now the Mutalisks will be able to get away. And with that that health regeneration, the tissue regeneration passive, he's been able to just spread this creep so far because his Mutalisks got him so much map control. And the creep is already possibly going to block this 4th off. Now Apocalypse is going to try to run forward and kill some of these tumors off. But we have a huge number of Zerglings and Banelings moving in for Monster. And he's basically saying, hey, man, try to take this 4th base, man. I'm going to have these creep tumors all over you. And he still actually hasn't broken these rocks either. So Apocalypse adding in a Thor. He's going to need to make a very slow, methodical push across this map and be very cost-effective if he wants to securely get a 4th base. There's just so many Banelings here. He has the speed, and with this creep, getting into an actual engagement is going to be disastrous for him. Monster just gets such a fast surround, and now Monster's getting his hive up. We see him adding on additional defenses for possible drop play, and Apocalypse is going to try to move in. Mutalisks, though, sniping some add-ons, and he's just going to try to engage. These Banelings are going to rush in and crush all of these Marines. The Zerglings getting us run as well, and the Mutalisks run in. There's just a couple of Marines versus this Mutalisk, Zergling, Baneling force, and it looks like Apocalypse's army swallowed completely, and that's just the danger of this creep spread being so far forward. And the Banelings moving in. He's going to crush the inner defenses. The SCV's trying to be pulled to repair and run away. The Banelings will get those as well, and now Apocalypse losing absolutely everything in his natural expansion. Monster is going to force the GG, and we have game number 2 going to MVP here in this best of 9 Team League match.